A war breaks out, a disease spreads, a disaster hits your city. And you know what you do? You refresh, refresh, refresh. Your thumb keeps moving, your eyes won't stop. You tell yourself you're just checking the news. But the news is never finished, is it? There's always one more tweet, one more update, one more horrifying detail that makes your chest tighten and your jaw clench. And still you scroll. You know you should stop. You know it's making you feel worse. But something deeper won't let you look away. Something ancient is running the show. Here's the strange truth about bad news and broken attention. Your brain didn't evolve for 2024. It evolved for a world where you lived in a small group of maybe 150 people. Everyone you knew, everyone you had to know to survive. And in that world, when danger appeared, the most important thing you could do was gather information as fast as humanly possible. Your ancestors didn't have screens, but they had something just as urgent: rumors, news from the next valley, word that a predator was spotted near the hunting grounds, the tribe gathering to whisper about a sickness moving through the settlement. That moment when everyone stops and listens, that electrical feeling in the air when something bad is happening and no one fully knows what to do. Your brain is wired for exactly that moment. A threat is near. Information is survival. So you search for it. You hunt for it. You can't stop consuming it because, deep down, your nervous system believes that understanding the danger is the same as controlling it. More information equals more safety. One more detail will tell you everything you need to know, except it won't. It never does. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman has studied how the human threat detection system works, and here's what he found. When you encounter bad news, your amygdala, the part of your brain that spots danger, activates instantly. It's faster than conscious thought, faster than reason. It says, danger, attend, now. Once that system fires up, it doesn't just sit quietly in the background. It hijacks your attention. It makes you hyper-focus. It floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, the stress chemicals that kept your ancestors alive when a saber-toothed cat was prowling nearby. And your brain reasons. If I'm this stressed, the information must matter. The stakes must be high. I have to keep looking. This is called threat-oriented attention, and in a world with paper newspapers and community town halls, it worked fine. You'd hear bad news, your body would spike, you'd gather information from your neighbors or the town square, and then, crucially, you would stop. The information gathering phase would end. A decision would be made. Action would be taken, and your nervous system could settle. But your phone never stops. The feed never ends. The information is infinite. Psychologist Roy Baumeister conducted experiments on what he called the negativity bias, the finding that bad news weighs roughly 3 times heavier in your mind than good news. A single critical comment sticks with you. 1,000 compliments fade like water. Losses hit harder than equivalent gains. This evolved because in the ancestral world, missing a threat was fatal. Missing an opportunity was just a Tuesday. Bad news wasn't just information, it was a survival signal. Pay attention to it more than anything else. Make sure you understand it completely. Because the price of missing something crucial was your life, or your children's lives, or your group's lives. Your dopamine system is built on prediction, too. Dopamine isn't just the pleasure chemical. That's a myth. Dopamine is the prediction chemical. It spikes when you're expecting something to happen. It keeps spiking as long as the outcome is uncertain. And when bad news is unfolding in real time, the outcome is completely uncertain. No one knows what will happen next. No one knows what the final tally will be. No one knows if it will get worse. That uncertainty is like cocaine for your attention. You refresh not because you enjoy the news, but because your brain is desperately trying to resolve the prediction. What happens next? You don't know. So you scroll, scroll, scroll. Each new post is a tiny loop of prediction and surprise. Will this update change things? Will this detail shift your understanding? Your dopamine system keeps firing, keeps driving you back to the feed. add to that the social dimension. Your ancestors didn't just care about threats in isolation. They cared about how their group was reacting to the threat. This is called coordinated threat response. When danger appeared, the tribe had to synchronize. Everyone needed the same information. Everyone needed to know what everyone else was doing, because coordination meant safety, and disconnection meant death. Now scale that up to 7 billion people on social media. Suddenly, you're not just checking the news, you're checking what everyone else thinks about the news. You're reading hot takes and arguments and theories and predictions. You're watching how the collective organism, the hive mind of Twitter or TikTok or Reddit, is processing the crisis. And this feels like survival. This feels like you're staying coordinated with the group, except the group is infinite, contradictory, and designed to keep you engaged longer. Journalist and researcher Jonathan Haidt has written extensively about how social media algorithmically amplifies outrage and division during moments of crisis. The platforms don't care if you're informed. They care if you're engaged. Bad news keeps you engaged. Disagreement keeps you engaged. Uncertainty keeps you engaged. So the algorithm cranks up the volume on exactly the things that activate your threat system most intensely. Your phone becomes a needle. The crisis becomes the drug. And you can't stop because your ancient brain genuinely believes that one more scroll, one more update, one more take from a stranger online will finally give you the clarity and control you're desperately seeking. But here's the part your ancestors understood that you don't. Gathering information only works if information gathering has an endpoint. There was a moment when the hunt was over. There was a moment when the council finished talking. There was a moment when the decision was made and action began. And only then could your nervous system stand down. Only then could you stop scanning for danger. Only then could you return to rest. That moment doesn't exist online. The feed never ends. The crisis never resolves into a single point of understanding. There's always one more perspective, one more update, one more person with a theory about what it all means. The information gathering phase never has an endpoint. So your body stays locked in crisis mode, your amygdala stays hot, your dopamine system stays hungry, and you keep scrolling, mistaking compulsion for concern and attention for action. This is why doomscrolling feels so much like actually doing something. Your threat detection system fires up, your body responds as if danger is present, information floods in, your nervous system activates as if you're protecting your tribe. But you're not protecting anyone, you're just scrolling. The strange part is that your brain knows this on some level. It knows you're not gathering information that will help you. You don't live near the war. You can't control the disease. You can't prevent the disaster. And yet your ancient systems don't care. They run anyway. They keep running. Because for 300,000 years, a threat signal meant you had to understand it, and understanding it meant you might survive it. Your phone has hijacked that system entirely. It's turned your threat detection machinery into a slot machine. A crisis appears, your amygdala screams, your dopamine hungers, your social coordination instincts activate, and you scroll. Again, 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 searching for the information that will never come, trying to resolve the uncertainty that the algorithm is designed never to resolve. You are not weak for doomscrolling when bad news hits. You are operating under systems forged over hundreds of thousands of years, but you are operating them in an environment they were never designed for. A world where the crisis is infinite, where the information is endless, where the threat signal never turns off. The next time a war breaks out, a disease spreads, or a disaster hits your city, notice what happens. Notice your thumb reaching for the phone. Notice the tightness in your chest. Notice the pull of that feed. Your ancestors didn't have screens, but they had the same drive you have. And that drive, that hunger for clarity and chaos, is exactly why you can't stop scrolling when bad news hits.